welcome you watching This Is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Thousands of Iranians are risking their lives protesting against the autocratic regime in Tehran. This has not happened for the first time. It has happened in the past, but this time, what has basically added heft to this entire protest on the ground is the US intervention or the threats that have been issued by Donald Trump. Would that really have any sort of an impact on the ground? Is this warning that has come in from the United States of America, will it really translate into anything on the ground? And whether at all, are we really looking at yet another revolution, an impending revolution in Iran? All this and much more, as this has a massive impact in the subcontinent. All this and much more on this edition of This is the Exclusive. But up first, let me take you through the headlines we are tracking at this hour. Donald Trump reiterates claim to take over Greenland, citing security concerns, says NATO must lead the way. Iran's situation gets critical by the hour. Pro-government protesters hit the streets in Tehran. After the case is dismissed in the High Court, Supreme Court to hear ED's plea over Mamata obstructing IPAC investigation on Thursday. Big defense boost for India. Defense Ministry likely to take up 3 lakh crore Rafale deal. Staying with the development taking place in Iran, a direct connection that has basically emerged with India. Family of Indian crew members have now been apprehended in Iran. Amid the protest, they have basically appealed to the Ministry of External Affairs for urgent intervention. Now, this comes as at least 15 Indian seafarers were detained in Iran following the interception of the oil tanker MT Valiant Roar at Bandar Abbas port. Now, according to the appeal, the vessel operated by Prime Tankers LLC Dubai was intercepted by Iran's Revolutionary Guard on 8th of December 2025 with about 17 to 18 crew members on board, which basically includes 15 Indians. Now, on 6th of January is when 10 crew members were reportedly taken into custody and jailed, while 6 to 7 crew members, including the captain, remain on the vessel. The families claim that they have had no contact since and have received no official information about their location, health, legal status, or for that matter, the charges that have been leveled. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, in fact, one of the family members did actually reach out to us, highlighting the situation on the ground. The matter has not been taken up by any authorities as yet. In fact, we've also reached out to the Ministry of External Affairs for their response on this entire issue, because the family members here say that they haven't been able to perhaps get any idea about what's really happening on the ground right now. In fact, on tonight on This Is Exclusive, we'll also be joined by Vinay Kumar, brother of Captain Vijay Rituraj Singh, would be joining us in a short while from now. But I want to just, before I bring in our guests, I want to quickly take you to some of the details that we have this afternoon when the family members actually got in touch with us, hoping that we would be in a position to highlight the situation on the ground, because this is a massive development that has taken place amidst the situation on the ground. And in fact, in a letter to Republic TV, this is what we were essentially told, that they have been arrested, the crew members have been arrested, and they haven't been told anything about the current situation. Rituraj Singh, he's the son of Anil, who's joining us on this broadcast. Rituraj, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast, as well as Vinay is joining us. Gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your plight with us. In fact, this afternoon when I received that email from you stating that this has actually happened, till now, none of us had any idea that such a thing has actually happened in the month of December. Indians have been taken into custody. I want to ask you what really happened. What's the current situation?
So, sir, first of all, thank you for giving us your time. So, what happened, sir, on 8th of December 2025, the ship was sailing near the Iranian border. Then, out of nowhere, Iranian Revolutionary Guards ship came and they started, trying to stop the ship from whatever it was doing. Then they started firing at the ship. So, out of fear, the ship stopped and they captured all the Indians and all the crew members that were present on the ship. Then they took the ship to their port, Bandar Abbas port, and it is currently detained in there. Um, on 6th of January, 10 to 12 Indians, including my father, Anil Kumar Singh, were taken into Iranian custody and Iranian jail. And since then, there have been no contact, there have been no information, no update from the company too, which is from Dubai Prime Tankers LLC. We are hoping to get the situation solved with the Minister of External Affairs and Mr. Ajay Shankar to see this problem and solve it as soon as possible. Sir, one more thing, the ship was taken custody on a false accusation of containing illegal diesel, something 6 million barrels diesel and illegal money.
Okay.
But there was nothing found on the ship. There was no diesel, there was
Okay.
no money. In fact, the ship was carrying a chemical, no crude oil, no diesel,
Right.
no money.
In fact, Vinay Kumar, the brother of Captain Vijay, is also joining us. Vinay, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. I've already got a sense of what really happened when you've had the interception actually taking place. Now, with regards to the vessel belonging to a private company, has there been any steps that have been taken by the company itself, perhaps reaching out to the authorities in Iran and hoping that there would be some sort of a dialogue so that the crew members could return?
Hi, good evening. Thank you for bringing it up. Actually, my name is Captain Vinod, not Vinay. I believe there is some confusion out there.
Okay, we'll
I
make
just
the
wanted
correction.
to,
We'll just make the correction.
Okay, that's not an issue. The thing is, the vessel was detained from international waters. The vessel was sailing in international waters when this revolutionary guards, they basically they fired upon the vessel. They asked the vessel to stop. The vessel initially did not stop because they initially thought it is some kind of a piracy attack or maybe something else. So once they fired upon, then the vessel stopped. The revolutionary guards or the Iranian authorities, whatever they call them, they came on board and they detained the vessel. Then the vessel was taken back to the, basically it was initially taken to Bandar Ijaz. There is a port which is close to about 50, 60 miles east of Dubai. So the vessel was initially taken there and was kept there about for 20, 25 days. No charges framed. They said illegally they were smuggling diesel. The vessel was carrying, in fact, VLSFO, the proof of which I have from our end, from my end, whatever I could gather from the operators, it was, and from the vessel. It's because my brother, he is a master on board. He has provided me with few documents what they loaded. I sent all those documents to ministry as well as the consulate as the ambassador in Iran that at least look into the matter. They till date, in fact, haven't got a consular access yet, which I believe is a right for each and every citizen, which anybody, even if somebody is a hardcore criminal, these guys are innocent seafarers. They are still detained. Half of the crew, about 10 crew members, have been taken to prison, Bandar Abbas prison. 8 of the crew members are still there on board. They are all confiscated to one small mess room where they are all under guards. I mean, the scenario is like it's such a harassment for these guys. I really cannot understand for what reason. Till date, they have not received, they did not get a consular access yet. No consulate has been able to meet them. And one more thing, what I wanted to highlight was there was some last I heard that there was supposed to be some hearing on 10th of January, but we don't know what the case is, what is the hearing, what has actually happened. No operator is able to give us any information, no consulate.
Captain Vinod, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you because I just want to quickly go full frame with the visual of the first visual that we are now putting out of the vessel that has been intercepted by the authorities in Iran. In fact, what we are given to understand, family members who are now joining us, of the 18 crew members, 15 are Indians. I want to ask you, Captain Vinay, that how exactly has this not really come to the forefront? They were detained earlier, and a lot of time has passed, but it seems that there has been absolutely no word really coming in from any authorities. Forget about any authorities, it has not been picked up by the media. There is something that, was there an attempt to basically brush it under the carpet?
I am really not sure about it. But yes, it's been more than a month now. The vessel was detained on 8th. I myself have sent mail to DG Shipping on 12th of December, after which they started highlighting, okay, the vessel has been detained in Iran on 12th of December. So that was it. Even if you see in any of these, any of the communication with the ministry or even in Iranian news, it has come that the vessel has been detained on 12th of December. In fact, the vessel was detained on 8th of December. And till date, it is being said everywhere that the vessel was detained on 12th of December. It has not been picked up by any of the news channel. Yes, I am not sure. In fact, we tried to brought up this issue with various authorities. The print was following the stories on this, which I was basically following up with
Captain, can I also bring in Rituraj on this, because it's quite surprising that despite the multiple attempts that you all have actually made with the authorities there, it seems that they've made no progress whatsoever. Rituraj, when was the last that you spoke to your father, and what did he tell you? Was there any indication really coming in from, from his side that there was some problem that they were facing?
So the last time I spoke was on, I believe, 4th of January. 4th of January. Then from there, 2 days afterward, there was no contact. So we thought maybe there was protest going on in Iran. So of course, the internet connection was up and down. So we thought maybe there was a network issue. But then on the 8th of January, we got the news that 12 of them were already sent to jail without any reason, without any information update. They just sent them to jail, and they said there will be a hearing on the court of Iran and they will be asked to give their statement. But from there onwards, there was no update, no information, no call.
And as far as the request that you all have made to the Ministry of External Affairs, I want to take this to both of you. What is the response that you all have got from the ministry? Because for you all, the first stop would certainly be the embassy there, and of course here also the ministry itself. Is there any response that you all have got so far from the ministry as to how exactly are they going to take this forward?
No, sir, no response at all. Actually, I have written at least 15 to 20 mails to Ministry of External Affairs, to Embassy of India in Tehran, to DG Shipping and others. I have written to Mr. Kriti Vardhan, Minister in External Affairs. I have written to Mr. S. Jaishankar. I have also called to Minister of External Affairs, but they just keep saying that the case is on pending, it will be updated to you soon. But so far, there has been no update.
Captain, if I can also bring you in with regards to the response that you all have got so far. You are saying that it's almost been a month since the detention has actually taken place. Now the latest information coming in of the fact that the crew members have been taken into the prison. Have they actually told you what are the charges and what is your window of communication right now?
No, sir, nothing.
There are no charges. I mean, we cannot get... I have tried with various sources. Even the consulate consulates or the ambassador, they are not aware of the charges yet. Even the master on board, they are not aware of the charges yet. They don't have any information what are the charges, why they have been taken to prison, no idea. And whoever you speak to, all of them are giving a vague reasons of taking them to prison. At the moment, nothing is, we really cannot understand what actually is the scenario. Of late, since the internet in Iran has been shut down, the communication is still like now even though we are not able to get in touch with the consulates or even the ambassador. So whatever information I'm getting from the master on board. So he was able to contact
Are you
the
suggesting,
consulates.
so you, both of you, this question is actually for both of you. Are you both telling me that you've reached out to the ambassador in Iran and there has been zero response? No response from the ambassador?
It's only
No,
the
sir,
response
no
is only that we are working. We are working it out. We are checking it out, but we don't know what the charges are yet.
So you are directly now getting in touch with the authorities in Iran, the Iranian authorities, to find out the charges that have been leveled. Rituraj, is that the case for you also?
Yes, sir. I have also many times I've been trying from last 2 to 3 days to call the Embassy of India in Tehran, but they don't even pick up the call. The ring is going, but there have been no response, sir.
So no calls, no responses. I want to take one final question from each one of you right now, given the fact that, it's a difficult time for your entire family. An appeal from your side to the Ministry of External Affairs, and perhaps this is a matter that we're going to take it up even further. In fact, independently also, we have tried reaching out to the Ministry of External Affairs, hoping for a response. I'm sure that at some stage we'll get in some response, but this is quite a frightening situation that Indian crew members are now stuck in Iran in this current situation. I want to take this word first from you, Rituraj, and then from Captain Vinay.
Yes, sir. We are all hoping, all the 18 families of crew members, we are all hoping that this situation gets solved as soon as possible from the Minister of External Affairs, from Mr. Dr. S. Jaishankar himself, that to solve this problem as soon as possible.
Captain Vinay, one last word from you, an appeal as to how do you want to take this forward? What is it that you are going to demand now? And are you hopeful that there would be a resolution soon?
Yeah, I hope the Ministry of the External Affairs as well as the PMO, please, they should be taking this up with the Iranian authorities. I'm not sure what actually is happening. It is all geopolitical thing. What I last know was on 6th of December, a vessel was detained by US authorities in Venezuela, and then 8th of December, same time, the vessel got detained by Iran in Gulf of Oman. Vessel sailing in international waters, no fault of theirs, nothing of such sort, like no smuggling, no smuggled cargo, nothing. Normal, innocent seafarers being tortured for no reason. So we just hope that these guys please reach, if the authorities could, reach out to the Iranian authorities and release these crew, and they should be back to their families who are like in pain at the moment. Yes.
Gentlemen,
everybody is in pain.
Right. I want to thank both of you for taking out the time and sharing your ordeal with us. I'm really hoping that the Ministry of External Affairs will take cognizance of the report that we are putting out here on Republic TV, the only Indian news network to put the spotlight on an issue that concerns a lot of us. Thank you very much. Well, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the situation in Iran is concerned, it certainly is facing a sweeping eruption of unrest. Now, that has basically exposed deep fractures in the country's economy, society, as well as the political system. Here, what has essentially happened is this, that for a very long time, what we have essentially witnessed in Iran is an autocratic regime. Today, with high inflation and the fact that it's a weakened regime post the 12-day war that took place in the month of June, a weakened regime and an opportunity that the United States of America essentially senses at this point in time. Take a look at what's really happening in Iran.
A deadly, sustained nationwide protest. Iran is scripting history. At least 2,500 anti-regime protesters have been killed, while over 15,000 are in detention as per reports. The supreme leader, Khamenei, is facing an unprecedented internal dissent in years.
Io aspetto un'alternativa, sicuramente adesso lo Shah, che sarà il migliore di tutto quello che possiamo pensare, perché noi abbiamo bisogno di un regime che non ammazza i manifestanti per chi vuole dire no. Noi vogliamo questo, noi vogliamo la libertà, non è più il discorso del velo, non è più il discorso economico, è il discorso di dignità, di umanità che a noi iraniani manca da decenni, non solo adesso, non 2 anni fa, da 1969.
Ali Khamenei è un assassino. Nel 5 giorni 12.000 persone sono assassinate dall'Iran. Viva lo Shah, viva l'Iran, libertà l'Iran, perché Islamic Republic è un assassino davvero.
The world may be staring at major escalation not just at a regional level, but globally. For US, President Donald Trump is not backing down.
Ideally, you'd like to see it, but what we want to see is we don't want to see people killed, and we want to see a little bit of freedom for these people. These people have been living in hell for a long time. That used to be a hell of a country. I have friends that used to invest in Iran, and they did well with their investments. It was a great place. The people were great. Even the leadership was good. And now it's living in hell.
Expressing solidarity for the protesters, Trump has openly called for the takeover of institutions and continued demonstrations against Khamenei. He declared help is on the way. Calling Trump's statement aggressive, Tehran has approached the United Nations, urging intervention. The region, however, has been combative. Counter-protests have also been conducted to show solidarity with the regime. With Iran on edge, is Tehran staring at US military action?